Hello everyone and welcome to Reassembly. I am Fenaqua and we are going to take a first look at this game that was $12 when I picked it up. Depending on when this episode releases, the Steam sale may be over, so that may change. But even so, I think the full price is $15, and I cannot highly recommend this enough. If you enjoy any kind of creativity, action, space, asteroids, Minecrafty type things. So we're going to take a first look at this. In this episode I just want to show you some of the basics of the gameplay, and I want to get your feedback, see if you guys enjoy it, because last night I spent way too long playing this game. I was up until like 3 in the morning, and I looked at the clock and I was like, oh my gosh, hadn't done that in a long time. So I love the game, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. So let's put an end to this jibber jabber, and we'll jump right in. You can see I've messed around a little bit. These are two save slots. Basically, you have 9 save slots here. So this actually gives you some information on your fleet that you have in each of the saves. The P is the highest level of ship you can build, and the C is the number of credits you have to spend on new equipment and upgrading your points limit. So we're just going to jump into a new world here. I want to just take you through it from the beginning, and we're going to go with the basic guys here. This is the starting faction. If we go back, you can see that I have unlocked some, and there are still some to be locked. You can unlock them by these factions by destroying their, I think if you destroy a ship that has 1,000 points, or that's worth 1,000 points, you unlock that faction. So I've done that with these 3. But we'll jump in with the basic one. And this is your basic interceptor. What is my name? My name is Fenaqua. And we're just going to pick some colors here. Just kind of random. It's not necessarily my favorite. We'll go with what is that? Oh, that's for the inside bits? Okay, we'll go with that color. And then for the secondary, maybe do like a light blue, something like that. Light grayish, bluish, tealish. That works. Let's not get too crazy here, and we'll launch, and it's gonna download or generate the world, and it gives you a basic tutorial each time you start a new game. So mouse and WASD to move around, and I'm already breaking stuff. And you can scroll out as well using the mouse wheel. Similarly colored ships are your allies. Everyone else is hostile. Enter, click to continue. Press M to expand the minimap. That's the standard mechanic. Mouse wheel to zoom camera. And basically there's 3 different control modes as well, and it's not going to tell you this in the tutorial. So the standard one is the mouse controls your rotation, and where you're going to be firing anything that doesn't have a fixed firing location. So if you look into my ship, you can see the turrets rotate. They rotate faster than my ship does because my engines aren't super fantastic. And then you can click the mouse wheel to fire, or not the mouse wheel. Basically you have 3 buttons to fire. Let's go and shoot something. Let's go out this way. Whoa, hi! Already running into things. It looks like there's something over there. Let's go over there. What's this? No, it looks like he got him. Whatever it was, he got him. Let's just shoot this plant here. Follow tutorial objectives to advance. And we'll look at that in a second. And escape to save and quit. 3 to edit ships. And that would be edit your ship. So I can actually switch into any of these ships right now. I can just drag it into this slot, and that will it's this current design. That'll change my design over. It'll throw off all the bits and change over to that ship. We'll look at that in a second. But yeah, if we hit the first mouse button, we'll fire our main lasers. If we hit the second mouse button, we'll fire missiles. And if we hit the mouse wheel, it'll activate a tertiary slot. We have nothing bound to that right now. And actually, let's go ahead and check out the ship design interface, and then we'll look at the weapons more from there. And this is either 3 or I, as it said right down there. So we can click on this, and this will bring up our ship design menu. Drag new blocks from the palette, and that'll add it in. You can see each of them have a connection point. P value limits ship features, so that everything besides hulls is going to cost P points to put on your ship. So we can't exceed 300 right now, but we are going to be able to expand that like crazy. You saw in the first save that I had over 1,000 points available for my ships. and view keyboard commands in the help. So if I do something on here, you're not sure how, if you're playing your own game, you can always click on the help button and see how I did that. Press exit when finished. So yeah, we have our ship here, and it's a very close-up view. So we have plasma cannons, auto cannon, missile launcher, and you know what? This just isn't going to cut it for me. I need more speed. More speed. So what we're going to do is we're going to see how can we're going to want some turret-based things, because nothing on this ship kind of points forward. It's all very angular. So no plasma projector. If we put a plasma projector on, it shows you where it fires, right out this way. And it doesn't have a turret like these guys do, so these can actually rotate, and I can just fire at things pretty freely. With this, I have to be pointing right at the enemy. So if I were to put 2 on like this, it would fire out to the side, and that wouldn't be very effective. So what we'll do is, I'm thinking maybe we want a couple more missile launchers. Put them. So these home in. So we can actually put these out to the side, and these will come in and home in on whatever enemy we're trying to shoot down. And then let's also add in flat cannons. Actually, no, I don't want flat cannons. Flat cannons are going to be a point defense weapon. So if there's missiles or little drones trying to shoot at me, or other enemies that are close, the flat cannon will automatically target them and shoot them without any interference from me. So let's add auto cannons in there instead. And you can see I just did something. I hit Alt and clicked on it, and that drags out a copy. Yeah, so that's looking good. Let's add just a little bit of armor on the side of here, and we'll just can't put that on there. That's fine. And we'll do the same thing over there. And I hit Shift and Alt and get both of them, and just tap both those right in there. And if I do this, is that a thing I can do? No, it's too small. That's fine. I feel like that's good. Let's just go ahead. Ooh, that's a hole. That's not what I wanted. I'm gonna add a thruster. Give it a little bit more reverse momentum here, and we're probably going to change this around. This is not going to be our final ship, so it looks pretty ugly right now, but that's fine. Just adding a couple of weapon nacelles here. Alright, so let's see how this bad boy performs. And you know what, I think since we added the more missile launchers, let's get rid of this, and let's add in a plasma projector right there. That's feeling good. I'm liking this. So let's say, oh, and you see, actually we can't do that, because now you see up here we have 373 out of 300 points. And actually adding the missile launchers probably is what sent me over, so let's take those out. I was not even paying attention. I was just having a good old time. And then if we add in the missile launcher here, that's going to send me way over. What if I add in autocannon? It's going to send me way over. Let's just put a block in like that, and we'll just say okay. So we got rid of our missiles. And then if we go back out by hitting I, oh wow, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't know what that did. What did that do? I don't know, whatever. That's not my ship. There's my ship right there. I was like, wait a minute, that's not me. So yeah, here's my ship. I have more firepower now. Actually, so much firepower it knocks me back. So let's get into some fights. So what do we do in this game other than building ships? So building ships is obviously the big one. But how we build ships is we can get resources, the R down here. Oh hi, that's an enemy. Let's kill him. Where are you? There you are. Get wrecked. There we go. So you see I got 35 resources from that. That's because he was carrying it. And let's go ahead and do these. So trade R to a spawner for C. So resources for credits. And this is a spawner, anything with a square. And basically a spawner is just a ship or station with a factory on it. That's that piece right there. So we can get this in several ways, resources. We can fight ships, which is a good one, assuming we have the power for it. Or we can find it. So we find it from plants. When plants grow old and die, they turn into the resource. Basically, all the green stuff turns into blue stuff. Get out of my way, dude. Sheesh. So they have to mature to do that. So, and in an area like this, they're probably going to get picked up by our friends, which is fine. We'd rather have that because that will contribute to more allied ships in the area. If we go into a less secured zone, though, there's an enemy right there. Let's kill him. Let's kill him and take his stuff. Yeah, get him. Ooh, miss. just go ahead and use our... It's kind of hard to fly around in this because the controls are a little bit unintuitive. Come on, just die. So, especially when you're facing, like, down, going sideways can be a challenge. Fine. I'm really not doing this very well. I didn't claim I was the best. I just enjoy it. Oh, he's got shields. That's why I'm having trouble. Come on. There we go. Got something. Come on. He's spinning out. Oh, we just gotta get some hits on him, that's all. Come on. Here we go. Ready? There it is. And we got some more resources. So right now our mission is to trade 100 resources for to a spawner for credits. So actually we have that. So let's go ahead and look at our mini-map down here. You can see if we go this way, we'll run into a few. There he is. That's the home base. And there we go. So you get close to him, and it automatically trades it. If you do not have a factory, if you have a factory, it's going to hold on to it, and you can spawn in your own ships and then release them for sea. Ship R capacity filled. Increase capacity by adding containers or fly near stations to trade R for C. Okay. But I did, so you're good. Thank you. Alright, and now what's our job? Press U to upgrade something. Let's do it. So this is the screen I was talking about. This is where we can buy new parts, increase P to build larger ships. So if we hit this button, it's going to cost us 150 C, and it'll give us 30 extra P, which is going to be good. When we do this, I usually like to have more credits built up, so that way I can do a couple of rows. It feels a little less incremental that way. So let's go ahead and add some stuff. What do we got? What do we need? What do I want to have the best ship? Honestly, I really love the proton beam. One of my ships in my other save has like 4 of them just planted on the front, and it can just annihilate anything at a really decent range. But you know what? I'm feeling... Let's get some laser action going on. We'll just do that, but closer up. And then what else? I would love a shield generator, but that's not going to happen. So let's go ahead and just add some more P. Because I don't feel like I need any of this stuff. Some of this stuff is really, really awesome. The proton beam comes to mind. The railgun is actually really good as well. The proton sword is like the proton beam, only it's much smaller. So let's go ahead and go back to our fleet. And can we add lasers to this? Not really. Let's go ahead and build a new ship. You know what? Let's do it. So we'll just click on one of these empty spaces, and you can see we have a command module. And this is what every ship is built around, a command module. Every ship needs this, and when this piece is destroyed, your ship is destroyed. You can lose everything else and just float in space, and eventually you'll rebuild. But you need this piece. So we're going to build this based around lasers. So let's go ahead and put a section of hull out a bit. Just do some alt action, get it really nice and long. Go this way, maybe do a little on the front as well, and just something like that, and we'll add in laser, 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 laser. And let's move this in actually, because we'll add then generators, and these are going to generate, each of these are going to generate 75 energy per second. Each of these are going to use 3 energy per second when firing. So we don't need this much necessarily. This is going to be overkill for the ship. Actually, do these add P? So yeah, these actually add quite a bit of P, so let's take those out because we don't need them. Probably even just one would be fine, but with all the lasers and all the engines that we're going to add, and I want to keep some energy open for when we get shield, because those are going to be really nice as well. And let's go ahead and add in a plasma cannon here, and these actually don't need to be right on the front. You can fire through your own armor blocks. I like to think of it as just it's like placed above the blocks, kind of. Alright, so let's add in some thrusters. I don't want to add it right there, actually. I want to keep this nice and protected, so let's not put that there. Let's put that there and there. Alright, so this is nice and safe right now. Now, let's do some thrusters. So we'll use that. Feels good. And then let's do like this. And then like this. And we'll copy that over here. And this way we can add in some mini thrusters. Like so. Still have some decent protection. Just like this. So we'll have some decent front forward momentum. And you know what, let's actually stack these here. These do not, again, need to be facing empty space. These can be stacked a bit. You cannot stack armor blocks on these though. Not allowed. So this point is just for the engines. Alright. Now we need to get some stuff in here. What do we want to put in there? I think, would an autocannon fit in there? Yeah, it would. Let's put 2 autocannons in there, nice and square. And then let's build the side out. If we add in this, how will that look? That doesn't look too bad, actually. So I'm going to hit M and mirror it, and then we can just pop it in right there. And then just kind of do one of these along the side. And copy this over, just like so. Alright, so that's not a terrible looking ship, I think. Let's go ahead and add these in, get some rounded bits on the side here. And I want to add something in here too. We have some P to play with. Some P to play with. This is going to be nice and lasery. You know what we'll do? I think what we'll do is we'll add a bunch of these guys on the sides. And mirror didn't work. There we go. And then what do we want to do here? So I guess we'll do, let's put in a couple of flat cannons. That'll be that point defense I was talking about. And we can look at some of the bindings for this as well. Oh, we're going to want to mirror that. Mirror, like that. Okay. You know what, let's actually change these into these pieces as well. Yeah, that's feeling good. I'm liking where this is at. And then we'll just add, what are we going to add? You know what we're going to do? We're going to take out this, take out this, take out this, and we're going to put in some backwards facing thrusters in here. So if somebody breaks in, I figure at this point it's already going to be too late. And then I guess we'll just put in, like, can we fit 2 in here? If we do it like this, and then like this. Yes, okay, so that's good. A little bit extra forward, put some backwards facing, and then we'll have the side to side over here, and that's decently around this. So let's see how this flies. The test is going, there's a test button here. Let's show you that actually real quick, but let's name it. So we're going to name this the Firebox. Firebox. And let's test it. So this is going to automatically test ships against similar ships. And this is going to be computer controlled, so you're not going to actually be able to test this yourself. You're just going to see how it's going to perform against computer controlled opponents when controlled by a computer. Oh geez, that ended very poorly. That was like 1 hit. Of course, he's got 2 railguns at least. I just need to get close enough to use lasers. And like, that's the thing, it's not going to necessarily be using your equipment as you would intend it to. I'm still curious to see how it takes damage though. Yeah, that hurt. But yeah, let's just get out and test it. We can hit escape to get out of there. So let's hit exit, and we're gonna save it, and let's change over to the firebox. And what's our actual P limit at now? I'm not sure. It's 330, so we just made it. So that's brilliant, actually. And we don't have any engines, so we can't turn right now. Still building. The bigger the ship is, the harder it's going to be to build in, so you're necessarily going to want to be swapping out to a huge ship in mid-combat, although technically you could. So these are the guns we have now. Let's actually go ahead and take a look. Oops, wrong button. I'm not sure what the actual hotkey is for it, but the binding tab here is where you can select what buttons fire where. So you can see the point defense automatically auto-fire at nearby targets, including missiles. So that's going to be really handy, especially when missiles are coming straight at us, so that's going to be up front. So left mouse is going to be all fire right now. We can change that to ripple fire, so let's see what that looks like. So the lasers don't really work like that, but you can see the plasma guns and the autocannons are kind of rippling, so we have the maximum amount of fire at any given time. You can also see that my energy right here is holding steady even when I'm firing 4 lasers. Not really going down at all, which is great. Also, something I forgot to mention, you can hit X to just cancel your momentum. So if you're like somehow spinning out of control randomly, you're not sure what direction you're facing, just hold X. It's going to stop you. Let's go back into that bindings tab though. So what I want to do is I want to add the lasers to the right mouse button. So basically, if you just drag and drop it right on there, or you click actually and click. So you can also double click on a laser, and that's going to select all lasers, and you can put them onto the right mouse button. So now the left mouse button is only going to fire my plasma and autocannons. I'm going to change that back to fire all. Actually, you know, I kind of like ripple fire for that. Right mouse button is going to fire my lasers, so it's going to be right up front. And the middle mouse button is going to be nothing. But if I had like missiles or something, I could add that in there, and whenever I click the mouse wheel, that would be what happens. Alright, so let's go out here. Let's get into some combat. If we look here, let's go ahead and follow these objectives. So if we hit M, it'll show us the big map. It's very fancy, and it gives you some little tool tips. Got agents, these guys. And you can see over here in this area, it's telling us that this ship is 2,391p, around 5 ships anyway. That fleet is worth that much, so that's not something we want to fight right now. We do have a damaged station, which is an inactive station. We can fly near that. We'll do that right now, because there's usually enemies around those. We can fly near that and activate it, and then it serves as a spawner afterwards. Ooh, and I am just flying poorly. So yeah, this is basically going to be great for hitting a lot of different targets, this ripple fire, because it's going to be firing the most amount of shots over time. That it looks like an enemy ship, but it doesn't seem like it is. Hi, what's up? Nope, you're good. Even if it wasn't, I don't think I would want a shot at it. But anyway, that's cool. It's got a shield around it. That's that white bubble. That's what we want. Let's kill this guy. What is this guy? Oh wow, that was easy. And it got us some decent stuff. Let's go ahead and use our lasers, though. I really want to use those. I love lasers. Oh, and he just dies. He just melts. Oh, that was great. Alright, and as we go... Yeah, see, here's an example of something that's bigger. Let's actually get right in here and just activate the station. Alright, and it works. So this station is now ours. And we'll just melt this guy here. And we'll go sideways, other sideways. Just get close to these guys. And shoot our lasers. Come on, lasers. Need to get close. Need to get close. Oh, couldn't get close enough. You can see this guy's huge compared to us. He's got a lot of armor, a lot of different guns. And it's too bad we didn't spawn right there, because we could have just gone. Oh man. Alright, so let's go ahead and try and get that guy, because I feel like we can do it. We don't have the best ship right now. But yeah, and actually something I want to show you too. So I'm having trouble. I have trouble when I'm facing downwards deciding what direction is which, because it's based on the direction of your ship. So if I hit the D button, it's going to send me actually to the left. If I hit the A button, it's going to send me to the right. However, if I wanted to, I could hit R. So then I could change it so that my keyboard rotates my ship. You can see my reticule is just right here. So my turrets are all going to follow that still. But my ship is still going to follow my keyboard rotation. So this is going to be a much more asteroid-style control. If you had any forward-facing weapons like that plasma, what was that called? Plasma gun? Plasma turret? Something like that? Where it was just in one direction, it fires forward. So then if I clicked, it would fire my turrets out here, but the other gun would follow this way. This way is a little too involved for me. Maybe I'll switch over to this eventually, but the other one, absolute control, cursor rotates. So absolute control is a reference to like versus your screen. So if I face downwards and I hit W, I'm actually going to go up. So that's going to be absolute control versus the screen. So that's going to be my keyboard controls where my ship moves on the screen. The standard is the cursor rotates ship, and then the W is forward versus the direction you're facing. So it's just, I figure it's just a little practice. I don't like the absolute control. It just throws me off even more than this one does. So I just like to practice with this. So we're getting close to the end of this first look. If you guys enjoyed it, please subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments that you want to see more content from Reassembly, because this is a game that I'm going to be playing for the next few months, I'm sure. And I would love to take you guys along for the ride. But if nobody's going to watch, I won't bother. I'll just play it and have fun, and it'll be great. Yeah, so it looks like that ship ran off. See over here? Oh, you know what? Another thing I forgot to mention real quick before we go. You see these little green things here? Let's see if this one will do it. These are seeds. So these seeds, now it looks like that one did not make it far enough. These seeds are actually going to be shot out from the plants. And what happens is they go, and this is what happened over here. Seeds shoot out from here, go hit the rock, and then they start growing their own little plants. Get out of here. This is my space. Get out. Get out. Oh, 4 lasers. Just melt faces. Yeah, and then they will then turn into resources and just continue the cycle. So it's really, really great. It's a really organic game. The music is just fantastic. You've been hearing it this whole time. Just love it. It's, you know, it's a great game. If you like Spore, the cell stage, if you like Agario, it's got a similar feel to that. Yeah, so I can't recommend it highly enough, as I said earlier in the episode. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great, awesome day, and I look forward to hearing what you think about the game.